Hi folks, today we're going to take a look at Long Island Audits. He decides to rip off another one of his compatriots for clicks and views, seeing how it works so well for them. But before we get into today's video, a quick thank you to all my current subscribers and channel members. Without you guys, I couldn't keep the channel going, and it means a lot to see you guys support me as well. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
Today we are at the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation Driver's Lesson Center here in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. We are here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting inside the Department of Motor Vehicles here. Security officer to our left. So over here on the right of the office, some public notices. The use of any camera and or video recording devices is prohibited in all Commonwealth-owned leased work sites. Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. It's very interesting how none of these signs have any sort of statute associated with them.
I don't know, something about this particular PennDOT seems familiar to me. I mean, that security officer, she looks familiar. And this layout, could it be?
Very, very interesting. But we have our friendly reminder that they're always recording us.
Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Even though it always seems to be an issue when we the people record them. We have so many cameras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How may I help you, sir?
Hey, how are you, ma'am?
How you doing?
Do you work here?
Yes, I do. No recording, please.
In what capacity do you work here, ma'am?
We don't allow no recording.
There's no recording. Why would that be?
So I have a question. Do you have any service that we can help you with?
Oh, yeah, I'm an independent journalist. What's your name?
Okay, give me 1 second.
I can't get your name, ma'am, so I just know who I spoke to.
It's a government building, that's why they're not allowed.
It's a government building. Don't you think that we should have more transparency in government buildings? You don't think that? You don't think so, ma'am?
Sir, would you be able to stop recording?
I think you should obey the rules.
Obey the rules, even if it's a lack of transparency?
Well, your video, me, you didn't ask my permission.
Well,
That's
you were,
not rude.
well, you were talking to me. Oh, I'm not trying to be rude to you, ma'am.
We're all trying to be nice.
Immigration stuff information, we have to stop processing at this moment. I do apologize.
This is what you're causing.
No, no one's disrupting anything.
Wait, for what?
Why do you need to stop services?
Now I know where this is. This is the exact same PennDOT Riot Girl Radio was arrested at for disorderly conduct a couple weeks ago. Sean, are you that desperate for clicks and views that you're going to steal from other frauditors? I mean, you could at least give her a shout out. As much of a big simp that she is for you, and a super fangirl at that, you could at least give her a prop, but no. All you did is steal her idea, and, well, let's see how it plays out for you.
I mean, what are you doing? Seriously.
If you would ask me what I'm doing, I would tell you. Okay, I'm an independent journalist. I've received many complaints about this facility here through people, real people.
Why must you turn my office into a house of lies?
I understand that, but I understand that.
Made an appointment with the
But why? This is a taxpayer-funded facility.
But make an appointment like all of us.
This is a taxpayer. Yeah, you didn't make an appointment to come here, did you? You just walked in because.
I called my son, said, hey, are you busy? Because I need to go to PennDOT.
You don't think it's ridiculous? Get out of here! Hey, relax, everyone, relax.
They're not doing any business.
You're upset at the people who are stopping serving you, not me. They are stopping you from serving.
It's time to leave.
Hey man, you need to calm down. Hey,
No,
hey, you need to calm down.
It's time to leave.
You need to calm down, sir.
No, they're right. You need to leave. You're not there to conduct official business. You're not there to get a driver's license or an ID, or to get license plates or tag registration or vehicle registration from this particular PennDOT, because you're from Staten Island. You're from Long Island. You're not from Pennsylvania. You don't even live in Pennsylvania. So why are you there?
I'm a lady, you're
You're gonna get yourself hurt. Stop it.
No,
I'm going to
he's
get
not.
myself hurt.
Stop.
No, he
Stop
did
it.
not.
Stop it, sir. You're gonna get yourself hurt.
It's time
Stop
for you to
it.
leave.
Your problem is with them, not me.
No, my
The
problem is
problem
with
is
you.
with them.
It's time for you to leave.
No, sir.
Can't you read the fucking signs?
Relax, sir. Relax, sir. Relax. Sir, I'm not breaking any laws here.
Shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans. You are breaking the law. Disorderly conduct, to be exact. And it states, in Pennsylvania, a person is guilty of disorderly conduct if with the intent to cause public annoyance, public inconvenience, an alarm, or recklessly causing a risk. You are doing all of those. You are inconveniencing the public, knowing that there are signs and you have been told by staff to stop recording. You are causing reckless risk by threatening the individual with glasses who came up to you, by saying he's going to get hurt. And you're causing a definite inconvenience and alarm. So, you can be arrested for that just like Riot Girl was. But why did you have to steal her content idea? Why couldn't you come up with something better, my man?
It's time to
I'm
leave,
here.
asshole.
All right, relax. You're gonna get yourself hurt, man. Seriously, I don't want to hurt you.
You're lowering yourself to his level.
I don't want to hurt you,
Don't lower yourself to his level.
sir. I'm here working on a story for. Okay, but I'm an independent journalist. Don't do it. Don't do
time to
it.
leave.
Don't do
We
it.
know that.
Leave now.
Listen,
You're
man.
taking care
She's
of
really saving you right now because I promise you, I'm not in the
Listen,
mood.
I'm telling you to back up.
He's come
No,
up to me.
Back up.
I'm not
away from
backing
me.
up.
You're more than 6 feet. Back up.
Both of you came up to
No,
me.
I didn't come up to you.
You did too.
Can't you read the signs?
They're stopping from serving you. That's not my
please back
problem.
up.
They
I hope you
are.
are victim.
They hate
Stop.
transparency, sir.
Stop.
They hate transparency.
Can't you read the signs?
I hope you are videotaping because you're being rude.
How am I
I'm
being
asking you as
rude?
a nice lady. I'm holding this gentleman back.
That's good for
Please
him.
leave.
Good for him, man. But listen,
No,
I'm not breaking
good
any
for you. You're
laws.
an ignorant, rude human being.
How am I? I don't understand. For promoting transparency in our government.
Transparency. Who do you work for?
I'm an independent journalist.
Okay, who are you going to sell your story to?
Independent. I publish myself.
Publish it
There's a
on
lot of
where?
corruption going
Publish
up.
it where? On the internet?
There's a lot of corruption going on in this building. A lot of people have been
Get
complaining
out.
about this facility here,
Get
and I'm here to
out.
ask
I hope the
questions.
cops come and arrest you.
You hope the cops
I
come and
really
arrest
do
you.
now.
Okay. What type of country are we living in where you
This is
hope,
the United
where you
States
hope,
of America,
yeah, where you
people
hope,
are
where you hope people
polite,
will come here and arrest me
kind,
for asking
peaceful.
questions of my
No,
government?
You're stopping government.
Now, exactly what questions are you there to ask? How much license fees are this year? How much does it cost to get a tag? Because there's no real questions you would need to ask there. I mean, unless you were becoming a resident of Pennsylvania, which I don't see that happening anytime soon. You're a native New Yorker. Put yourself in their position. How would you feel if you weren't a frauder, Sean, and you had to sit there and watch somebody hold up the DMV because they wanted to pull out their camera and put it on YouTube?
Work.
They're stopping
You're
it, not me.
costing taxpayers
They're
money.
stopping it.
You're wasting my money, dude.
No, I'm
Do you know
not.
I pay taxes?
You're,
Yeah, you are. Every person in this building pays
they,
taxes
but what does my recording have to do with them working?
because you're not allowed to record them.
I have a
Or
First
anybody
Amendment,
else.
ma'am.
You did not ask
If you would be
anybody in
reasonable
here.
and have a reasonable
No, now you
conversation,
made me mad.
How did I make
Bitch
you mad?
now.
You-
I could care less about you. and
how did I
whatever
make you
do.
mad? How did I make you mad?
Is this just a genetic thing with you? Is it congenital? Did your mother drop you on your head when you were a baby?
Sir, are you on the phone with the law enforcement? Listen, there is no reason for any of this. There's no reason for any of this. What's wrong with somebody, a concerned citizen, asking questions of his government?
Do you call cops too? Because, you know.
I guess the more people who call the cops. What kind of country do we live in? Do you want somebody to get arrested for exercising their rights?
This is not about you exercising your rights. This is about you annoying and delaying services to these people. They are there to conduct business. You are there to film, to put it on YouTube. This story of you being an independent journalist makes as much sense as a screen door on a submarine. One day, you're going to mess around with the wrong individual and find out the hard way. Might be today, but I don't know. Let's finish the video.
God bless
Doesn't
you.
make any sense. They're making it inconvenient. But they're making it inconvenient, sir, not me. But they are, not me. I'm here to work on people have been complaining about this. Okay, but people have been complaining. People have been complaining about the services here.
I left work to get my son a permit.
Okay. I'm not. They are. They are.
Because of what you're doing. So if you would do us a favor, go outside.
They are.
I got shit to do.
Yo,
Get the
why are you
fuck out
coming
the
up
store.
on me, man?
Why the fuck am I coming up to you? Because you fucking knocking everybody's fucking time to fuck out the
They
fucking
are.
room.
I'm here working on the store. I'm
I don't
exercising
care
my
about your
rights.
store.
Okay, I don't care.
I don't
You don't
care.
have to.
Fuck
You
your
don't
little
have.
camera.
You don't
Fuck
have
you.
to carry about your story. You don't have to carry about the
Then go the
story.
fuck outside.
Listen, man, you don't
Go
gotta carry about the
outside.
story, bro.
Yeah, take your fucking glasses off.
You don't
Go
gotta
outside.
care about
Come
the
on.
story.
Come on, go
You don't
outside.
gotta care about the
Come on.
story, bro.
Come on.
Bro, listen.
Go outside,
I'm gonna
come on.
ask you to just stop.
You can
Just
smile
stop.
on my face all the fuck you want. Come on.
Just
Come
stop.
on.
Just stop.
Come on.
Ironic.
It is ironic. I mean, you told the shorter stature gentleman that he's going to get himself hurt if he kept coming towards you. But yet you have a gentleman clearly taller than you who's willing to settle this the old-fashioned way, but yet you're trying to back away and de-escalate. You're not making those same threats that you were making to the other guy. Why is that? Because you know this guy can probably lay you out? Or is it the fact that he's bigger than you? And you're nothing more than a bully trying to inconvenience and harass and bully all these other people.
Just stop.
Come on.
What am I doing to get my point across?
Come on, buddy. Come on.
They're the ones stopping you, not me.
Come on.
They're the ones stopping you. Coming for what?
You're causing a whole fucking distraction.
You are. You are. I'm peacefully
Bro, I'll
recording.
smack that fucking phone out of your hand right the
Listen,
fuck now.
bro.
What?
Listen.
What?
Listen.
What?
You better stop. I'm telling you, you better stop.
What? What?
You don't want. Listen. Whatever. Man.
I don't
do,
want
do
what?
what you want. Do what you're gonna do.
I don't want what, pussy?
Listen, do what you're gonna do.
I don't want what?
Say what you want to say.
I don't want what?
Say what you want to say.
I don't want what? I don't want what?
He's threatening me.
No, I'm listening to you, pal.
You're gonna wind up going to jail today, not me.
Why? Because you recording? You think I'm scared?
Chill. If you do that, it's gonna take longer. Because
Yeah, he needs to be
But he's scared of. You care
Look,
about people
after I get
taking
my
longer,
license,
right?
when I get out front, if you're out front, my hand will.
No, you're not. I'll be out there. I'll be out there.
You'll be out there. That's great.
I'll be out there. Yeah, I'll be out in the parking lot. What's the big deal?
Right, can you go out front right now then?
Sure. I'm gonna wait outside for the police officers so that way they could handle it. Because at the end of the day, I'm just here promoting transparency. I'm not trying to hold up. I'm not talking to you. I'm not trying to hold up your business. I'm not. That's not my intention. Okay, but my intention is to exercise my rights. They've been violating people's rights here, and they've been giving it. How?
How? Then stop working.
What kind of country do we live in? Do you not like a free press?
Do you not? No, I don't like you.
You don't.
I
Oh,
don't like
you don't like me.
paper. I
Okay,
don't like your
great.
paper. I don't like who you are. You are a very ignorant man.
Wow. Really? Insane. I'm gonna wait for law enforcement out here. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We're gonna wait for law enforcement here.
I appreciate you doing that, man, because I'm trying to get my.
Listen, I don't want to listen. They're the ones holding it up, not me. You know that, right? I get that.
There's no videos in there.
I get that, but listen. I'm just trying to hold my government. I'm just trying to hold my government accountable, right? Transparency, right?
They shutting out us down.
That's not my intentions, brother. That's not my intentions. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm not believing one word that comes out of your mouth on this, because I have a very, very strong feeling that you've seen Riot Girl radios. Well, let me rephrase that. Ghetto Rebellion girls videos going to the PennDOTs, seeing that they get shut down every time frauditors try to go in and record. You knew that. I'm willing to put money on it that you knew that. But no. You're there just to alarm and annoy people. You're interrupting services, wasting tax dollar money and people's time. For what? A few thousand views on the internet? Some Google AdSense revenue?
Here to exercise my rights, man. I'm trying to help the people. That's all. Hey, I'm coming out here to wait for law enforcement. That's, I don't want to hold anybody up. That's not my intention. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. The whole Department of Motor Vehicles here inside just revolted. It's insane. They just revolted on us.
It's more like they were rebelling against your stupidity, more than anything else. But we're going to be jumping ahead to when the cops show up. Sean stands out here and goes on one of his diatribe speeches on how he's doing this to fight for our First Amendment rights, and everyone in there hates freedom and hates the freedom of the press and the First Amendment. So, to save you guys a headache, we're going to fast forward.
Pennsylvania state troopers have arrived. Hopefully they do the right thing and calm the situation down, because someone's going to get hurt. Could be me, could be anyone. They're trying to start some sort of uprising in there.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
By denying services to people. Hey sir, how are you?
Were you witnessing a fight?
Was I witnessing a fight?
Yeah.
No, some guy just came up to me and started threatening me. Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
Yeah, Trooper Gentili, 12737.
Thank you, Trooper. Yeah, no, I was just inside. I was waiting in line. I was looking at some of the
You're lying.
You weren't in line. You walked into the building, walked towards the back of the line, and started to record the walls walking past the line. It shows that in your video. So, are you lying to the cop to try to make yourself look good so you don't end up in jail? Or are you just trying to lie like you always do? Because, let's face it, you are a liar.
With documents in there. I'm an independent journalist. My name is Sean.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And I was just taking some pictures of public documents in there, and apparently the supervisor came up, and no one had an issue with me recording, but when the supervisor said that they were going to stop all functions and not help anybody, people got really upset really quickly. And like I said, I understand. It wasn't about the recording, it's about them stopping services. And I can understand.
That's their policy here.
I understand, but I get their policy, but when the policy goes in direct contradiction of the United States Constitution, freedom of press, transparency, accountability in government, I've received complaints about this department that they violated people's rights in the past. I was just here.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
Peacefully, at this center specifically. So, just that someone actually was arrested here for journalism. You've seen the video, yeah. Yeah, so somebody was arrested here. Listen, I'll tell you right now, Trooper, I don't want to be one of those people arrested here. That's for sure.
Yeah, we could do this all day.
We could take it out.
Here if you want.
Yeah, we could take it into a federal court if it needs to come to that. But again, I wasn't involved in a fight with anyone. There were some citizens that were, got really aggressive and came up into my face, and it is what it is.
Long enough, they don't want it longer.
Yeah, I get that. But I mean, our rights should be respected too. There should be transparency and accountability within our government, right?
Yeah.
What's the big deal?
Accountability.
Yeah, and transparency, right? It's our government. You're part of the government, and I know a lot of people that are part of the government that agree that transparency should be at the forefront of our democracy here. And when you're not allowing someone to investigate a government agency that gets funded by tax dollars, that's when things start to, seems a little bit more like a North Korea, Russia type of deal. not United States of America, land of the free.
We don't have to go that far.
I mean, putting journalists in jail? You don't think that's a North Korea kind of trait?
That is the most insane, stupid thing you have ever said. Journalists are not being arrested here in this country for criticizing the government. Now, places like China, Russia, and North Korea do that. In China, the social credit score that you are given can be increased by being a good citizen. However, if you talk bad about the Chinese government, it affects it to the point where you lose social services. You lose the ability to rent in certain places and to use basic things like trains and buses. And in Russia and in North Korea, criticizing the government can get you locked up or your entire family locked up. Just because you call yourself a journalist and you go into a post office, a DMV, or a city hall and you pull out your cell phone doesn't make you a journalist. Having integrity, doing actual news work, and doing actual stories do.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Film out here, film the car.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to continue my story inside. I would like to continue my story inside. Yeah, sure. I'll wait here. Just in the spirit of not causing a riot here.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Because there will be one.
It sounds like it.
Absolutely ridiculous. Long Island Audit. Yeah. Nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you, Cody.
Watch everybody's videos.
Oh yeah? We appreciate it. That's what really helps us get get the word out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's you were in there when all that took place? No. It was crazy. They said because he's filming, we're stopping services.
Public, right?
Yeah, it's funded by taxpayers. But they said we're because he's filming, we're not gonna service anybody anymore. And then people, understandably, they're waiting in the DMV forever. Yeah. I understand, and I tried to explain to them, your problem's not with me, your problem's with them. They're the ones.
I'm gonna have to call shenanigans. Not only are you lying to this young man about what happened in there, but you're lying to the viewers who are catching in late. But you went in there knowing that they would shut down. And you are saying that you sympathize with them having to shut down, but you don't, because you're inconveniencing everybody else, because you'll get great views to see them shut down and get in a confrontation. That's the main reason you did it.
Saying that you can't, that they're not going to help you. Yep. Why are you taking it out on me? And that's, it speaks volumes to the mentality of the people here. Yeah. It's like, no, we need to be united against the government, the people who forcibly take our money, not against the guy who's trying to promote transparency. You know what I mean?
You gotta work with each other.
Yeah, but it's always good to run into somebody who understands and who can appreciate freedom. It seems like it shouldn't be a big deal. Like freedom, transparency seems like something.
They got all the cameras in there.
Exactly. I always say that they always got the cameras watching us.
I watched too many videos.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey,
you're
right.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully.
And just like that, another frauditor is born. Because thanks to people like Long Island Audits and AFA who go around spouting this misinformation, they corrupt people like this young man and to end up becoming frauditors. If he does continue down the path of supporting the frauditors, he's eventually going to end up becoming one. And he could possibly lose his relationships, his freedom, his money. All for what? A misguided belief that these people that he's looking up to are champions of the First Amendment and our freedoms? When really they're just grifters and bullies.
We could, hopefully this has a happy ending. Yeah. I've been arrested twice I've been arrested twice this last year, just recently, like a couple weeks ago. So, I put my freedom on the line for what I'm doing, and I don't see what's wrong with transparency and accountability. But I mean, apparently, some people have an issue.
On TikTok.
YouTube, yeah, everywhere. TikTok, YouTube. Yeah, sure, yeah.
Mine are just subscribe.
Yeah, you can check it out at Long Island Audit on YouTube.
Oh yeah. I've seen that quite a bit.
Yeah, I appreciate the subscription. That's awesome, man. Thanks. Take care, man.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Congratulations.
Thank
you. His girlfriend passed the road test. Or significant other. I don't know if it's his girlfriend. So we have another law enforcement officer right here. Let's see if we can get a good look at him. He's waving at us. Car M37.
Alrighty. So, you see the signs?
I see the notices that somebody printed out on a paper. But listen, trooper, you're not policy enforcement. You're law enforcement, and I don't want to put you in a predicament where you just have to uphold your oath to the United States Constitution. There's nothing again, I don't want to escalate the situation more than it already was. Yeah, no, I don't want to escalate the situation more than it already was escalated in there. But
sounds like it was starting to escalate.
Oh, for sure, it was starting to escalate. But no, but that's why I removed myself from the situation. It is what it is.
That too.
It is what it is. But I have a job here to do, and just like you have a job here to do.
Yeah, and making crappy videos on YouTube, lying to the government officials, and interrupting people's days is not really a job. That's more you doing this for clout and clicks and views. A real job would be something that you took pride in. I don't think you take pride in this. I think you take pride in the money you make from this, not the actual work.
So, yeah, it's my job, and just like you, we all have jobs to do, and my job is to stand up for the United States, for the people of the United States, and to promote transparency and accountability within our government. So I'm going to continue to do that unless you threaten to arrest me for any particular reason. I don't know what law I'd be breaking, but I'm going to continue about my business. I understand that they're policy, but you're not policy enforcement.
So, one of the concerns about videoing inside of locations like this, what are people getting? What are people coming here to obtain?
Driver's licenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's on driver's licenses?
Public addresses.
And personal information, name, date of birth.
Sure.
Are they putting social security numbers on papers?
I have no idea. I don't know the inner workings of it, but I could tell you what I could. Yes, I have. I could tell you one thing though, Trooper. I could tell you I've made about over 300 videos, right? 300 videos of the last 2.5 years. Not one of those videos, while I was editing them and putting them together, not one of them had any sort of, and I've been anywhere from social security offices to Department of Motor Vehicles to social services, everywhere. Not one of them has ever had any identifying information or private information. You would have to
Yet. That's the key word here, is yet. Because just because you haven't caught it this time or the times before doesn't mean it can't happen. And it doesn't have to be you. It can be any other frauditor who doesn't care about proper editing or not call flooding people. I mean, take for example the idiots of your horde that decide to call flood police stations. Press NH Now just got arrested last week for that, knowing it to be a violation of his court-ordered release. But no, you don't think, and you guys don't care. It's all about what makes a good video for you guys.
Really get in there to try and get it. Just panning the walls and looking at the public notices and filming in the publicly accessible areas, that's not going to get any private information. And plus, if I really wanted private information, if that was my goal here, I could just simply secretly record and get all the private information I want, and then you would never be able to do anything about it because there's no law against recording. So again, if the purpose
I'd find you later down the line for using the info.
Well, that's the crime. Gathering that information technically is not a crime. Using that information for purposes other than
conspiracy crimes, right?
Well, yeah, you'd have to be the conspiracy to commit a crime. There would still have to be an underlying crime to the conspiracy, right? So,
have we known each other for long?
No, we haven't. But I assure you, I'm not involved in any criminal conspiracy.
Yeah.
And you have no reasonable suspicion that would state otherwise.
No,
but again,
nice guy,
yeah, no, I'm not involved in any criminal conspiracy. So, my point is that there is nothing illegal about what I'm doing. That I understand that you're referencing that sign and the policy that they have there, but if it was any sort of, it's not lawful because it doesn't have a statute associated with it. There's nothing there. When you stop people from asking questions about their government and recording in public spaces, it leads to a lack of transparency in our government, and the people just how are we ever going to get accountability?
Look, this isn't about you filming in public, because technically this is a leased office space, and as it being a leased office space, they can technically have you trespass from there. Because it's not a standalone building; it's a shopping plaza. But let's take into consideration something else. You're saying that he shouldn't enforce policies. By that same logic, they don't need to obey their policies on giving you their names and badge numbers. It's not a law. There's no law saying that they have to do that. It's just a policy. So, what's the difference in that policy that you demand they enforce compared to the ones of the government buildings that say no recording?
Do you still have to follow the rules that are
Lawful. You have to follow laws. Sure, you have to follow laws.
So can you carry a firearm on school property?
Well, that's different.
Can you carry a firearm?
I believe you should. I believe you should be able to. But again, there's court precedent for that. There's no court precedent. I believe, me personally, I believe we have a Second Amendment right to carry wherever we are. I mean, I think society as a whole would be safer. But unfortunately, there were too many yes men who decided to say, you know what, that's okay. Yeah, for the children, for this, for that, and slowly but surely, our rights got eroded. On our Second Amendment rights got eroded. Our right to bear arms, which our right to bear arms was that right is so we can rise up against a tyrannical government if that day ever came.
Aren't you also a convicted felon? Weren't you arrested for armed robbery and punished for that crime? Making you a felon so you can't own a firearm.
That's the purpose of it. So when the government's limiting that right, it's kind of like, why are they doing that? And again, this is just a camera. I don't have a firearm on me right now. You know, this is just a camera. So it's not.
I'm saying so, and you can even pan the camera to what I'm looking at.
Yeah, sure.
So there's the two signs that talk about recording and everything, and there's a no gun sign. You're saying that the no gun sign has no value?
Well, I believe it has no value. Yeah, I believe it has no value, but there's certain case law that's already been established that would prevent somebody from, I assume, going into. I'm a First Amendment auditor, so I'm here. While I do support the Second Amendment, I support all of our rights.
Well, there we have it. He's admitted he's just a First Amendment auditor. He's not a journalist gathering content for a story. He's there to make a video for YouTube. But let's jump ahead to Sean being asked to leave and making his baseless threats because, honestly, his tirade of him comparing racial issues of the past to not being allowed to film in a DMV is not only insulting, but it's long-winded and we've had enough of his voice for a while.
Well, that's a picture that I took.
Is this gentleman allowed in here?
No.
No, it's got to be an employee, not everybody else.
No recording in the building.
Sir, please don't yell at him. Ma'am.
No recording. There's no recording in the building. There's some customers' information, privacy. And that's why we had signs.
Okay.
You have all these cameras over here, ma'am.
So once again,
They're secured cameras.
They said I can't. You can. Yeah, but you can request those cameras. Yeah, but again, that's silly.
No, sir.
That's silly.
Sir. So, ma'am, is he allowed in the building right now?
no, so if he's going to record, no. If he's going to do business with us, we have no problem.
Okay. So the choice is yours. If you're recording.
Okay, so no, I just need to hear from you. So
and you will be trespassed.
And I will be arrested. I will be arrested if I don't leave.
Trespass.
Arrested.
Yeah, technically it's an arrest. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, man.
And here we have it. He chose to leave instead of catching a trespassing charge and getting arrested. And I'm willing to bet he left before the taller ginger gentleman wanted to take care of him outside. He does go on a speech saying that he's going to file a civil rights lawsuit against the cops and against the PennDOT DMV because, well, they are violating his First Amendment rights, which is not the case. But if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. And if you haven't already, please consider becoming a member. $1.99 is not a lot, and it's a great way to show your support to me and help the channel out as well. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. A special thank you to all my channel members. Without you guys, I can keep the channel going, so thank you.